Nebraska Extension's Berger says this might be a good time for cow-calf producers to evaluate the feed resources they have on hand for the winter. We talked with Aaron recently in the R.B. Warren Arena on UNL's East Campus and began by asking how farmers and ranchers should assess their needs.
So we think about the forage situation in Nebraska right now. We've certainly got less hay stocks available than we've had the last couple years. Pastures are often, in some cases, a little short, although the moisture we've had in late summer has benefited that. So as we go into fall and winter, I think people are looking at what their feed resource is on hand, thinking about how am I going to get to next spring, and really evaluating the options they have in terms of looking out to find some feed to maybe complement what they already have, and then comparing and looking at things like $3 corn or $100 a ton hay. How do I put together the ration that's most cost effective for the cattle I need to feed?
What have prices been like compared to, a couple of years ago?
So hay prices certainly are probably anywhere from $30 to $50 a ton, ahead of where we've been the last couple years. Nothing like what we saw in the drought several years ago, but still higher than they have been. The drought north of us is sure pulling forage resources to the north, and that's putting competitive options for people in Nebraska in terms of accessing those resources.
Tell me how you assess what you have versus what you might need.
So I think it's good to do a forage inventory, looking at what you have on hand in terms of pasture, what you might have on hand in terms of winter range, corn stalks, hay stocks, thinking about a budget, basically what do I need, what do I have between now and next spring, and what do I need to get to complement what I already have to make sure I get there in good shape.
Are you looking at specifically a specific forage or TDN? What are you looking at?
So as we think about feed options available, you want to first think about what do I have, and then what do I need to complement that. So maybe I need a high energy, high protein feed to complement some low quality hay, or I've got corn stalks and I need something to match that. Or maybe I have some high quality feed on hand and I want to look for something that really just kind of provides some filler to help meet the nutrient requirements. So it's really evaluating what you have, thinking about what the options are, and then pricing those on a price per unit of energy, price per unit of protein delivered to the operation.
Tell me how you factor in any losses that you might incur.
Yeah, so I think it's really important to think about not only thinking about what does it cost to get to the operation, but what's the storage loss that's occurred. What does it cost me to deliver that product to the animal? And then in the feeding process, what is the loss that occurs? So we really want to get to a price per unit of energy or price per unit of protein delivered to the animal and actually then consumed by the animal. And there's a lot of different options available, and so sometimes some feed may be less expensive to deliver than others, provides some convenience, but has more cost, and so we have to weigh those against each other.
Concerned about less potential in some areas that might have had drought, especially if you're thinking about grazing or baling corn stalks?
Yeah, so I think we're going to have, if we think about corn stalks in Nebraska, especially dry land, some of those have been drought stressed, going to have less yield, which is going to translate to less grazing days available per acre. Some of the quality of hay might be a little less because it was drought stressed as well. So I think this is a year when we sure want to test feed, understand what we have, think about what we need to complement what we have.
What tools are out there that might be able to help producers?
So the beef website has a really nice tool in the feed cost calculator, and it's an Excel-based spreadsheet that you can download. Allows you to go through and compare those feeds to one another. Another app that's available at the beef website is the NU Beef Calculate app. It has the feed cost calculator on it. Works both for iOS and Android and is a nice quick way to look at options with feeds.